Hey, Gary again. I just want to show a frequency table for a categorical variable quick in Google Sheets. Same thing works in Excel. So here I have an example of one. So I have my hair color column here with the different hair colors, and I have the count column here with the counts of each of those. So count is frequency, right? So how did I get that? Well, let's just delete that and start over. All right. So I'm going to use the unique function and then the count if function. So first thing, the unique function. So I'm going to get a list of all the unique elements in that first column. So start off with equals. There we go. Start typing unique, and there's unique. And then I just select what I want to find the unique things of. And I want the unique things in that column. And so there's all my unique ones. Now they're in the order found. So the first thing it found was grizzled, then dark brown, blonde, brown, black, blank. All right, so now I want to count each of those things. What's the name for counts? Frequency. All right, so to find the frequency, I only want to count grizzled when I see it. So for me to do that by hand, I'm guaranteed to mess it up. So I'm going to use what's called the count if function here. So equals count if. And what I need to give it two things. I needed to give it the place to count stuff, and then comma, what to count. Now, since I have over here the name of the thing I'm trying to count, all I have to do is click on it, that cell. It says, hey, I see grizzled, whatever's in that cell, it sees 4 times. Now, if there was something else in that cell, it would count that. So for example, if I take the same formula here and I would reproduce it below, count if, and I grab everything in column A to count, and I only count when it sees that phrase right there, right? It's going to do it. So what I can do here is I can fill that down. I could have done that the first time. So I could have taken this first count if statement and just filled it down, and that'll just work the way I set up the formulas by selecting the whole column for the range in this specific cell for the thing to count, the condition. Now, originally my condition was to count whatever was in B22, right? See the B22 there? And when I filled that down, it automatically made it a B23 and then a B24 and so on. And that's called relative cell referencing, which is pretty powerful. Now notice there's a 0 here. So it can't count blanks. It only counts text and numbers. So I would then have to figure out, well, how many blanks are there? Okay, well, that I have to do manually. So I have to do something like give myself a total row here, total, and then just sum the things above. Okay, so it counted 341 things. If I scroll to the bottom here, there are 344 cells and a title. So that means there's 343 entries. I account for 341, so that means there must be 2 blanks, right? So I can manually figure that out. Now I have a total of 343 items, right? We're not going to count the word hair color at the top. So that's a frequency table, and that's basically what Excel had to do to get each of the heights of these columns. Now these percentages there, what Excel had to do was something like this. So we'll call this relative frequency. And what we want to do there is we want to take this number and divide by / divide equals to start off a calculation 343. Oops, mistype. Yeah, that looks good. And then I don't want to fill it down forever, so I'm just going to do that manually. And get rid of that one, and then format them as percentages, highlight, and then click format as %. So I should have for brown, let's see, here they say, let's see, 47.8 versus my 47.52. It's not counting the blank. So if I take the blanks out of there, then I should get the brown. Oh, I'm still getting a different number than they have here. That's interesting. Huh. 163. There are 341 entries. Why are they calling that brown 47.8? Let's see, do we agree on other ones? No. Fascinating. Why does Google have slightly different percentages? I will have to investigate that and get back to you. What I can tell you for sure is these are the right ones. And remember, I had two different versions. One version where I had a 2 here for the blanks, where people didn't report their hair color. So technically, these are the right ones. So Google has some error in this. It doesn't know the same things I do about the data. Curious about that. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. Another cool thing, check this out. If I sort this column, watch what happens, because the way I use the unique function here, it grabs those in the order it sees them. So if I go to column A, data sort range, advance, remember the advanced thing, so we can say it has a header row, so we stick it at the top, and then we go sort. Then there'll be alphabetical, which is kind of cool. And notice it changed the way that the chart displayed, but it's still the same numbers. They're just in a different order. I wonder if I could sort them by frequency too. No, I can't easily do that because I'm sorting column A. Anyway, I was thinking of a Pareto chart, but that's a whole nother thing. All right, that's it for now. I just wanted to show off the unique function, optional but cool, and the count if function, optional but cool. Take care. Bye-bye.